Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's season 13, episode 8, and today we're back for our second final of the season, and the first one we've earned a place in ourselves, as we play the Portuguese League Cup final against Braga. If you don't know how we got here, then do go back and catch up with the last couple of episodes. We've had a bit of an epic rivalry with Porto, and it culminated in a semi-final in midweek. You can see the result in the top right corner, but that doesn't tell even half of the story. Braga, managed by AVB, he's going to be a tough test for us today, as he's performing remarkably with Braga. They're up in third in the league at the moment, even ahead of Porto, who struggled early on. We're still doing well domestically. We've only gone out of the Portuguese FA Cup so far, that one again against Porto, and today we've got a chance to add the second of a domestic treble, which we're still able to win this season. The other one's obviously the Portuguese Premier League. We're doing really well in that one. We're 2 points clear with a game in hand, although Benfica are still unbeaten. Imagine if they went invincible and finished second. That would certainly be a bit of a kick in the teeth. So normally at this point we go to the schedule and show you how we've been getting on since the last episode, but of course if we do that now, there's absolutely nothing there. You're with me for the semi-final, and then we were very surprised to learn we had a final 3 days later. It did get put back one day, so Braga have had 3 days rest, and our league game's been moved to the Wednesday to make the schedule a bit more friendly. But if we go and have a look at Braga, they did play on Thursday in the semi-final, but it did go the way we hoped it would. They won on penalties after extra time, so it does mean they've played 120 minutes, and that was less than 3 days ago. It was a long penalty shootout as well, so hopefully they'll be shattered for this one. It does give us the slight advantage, but of course we've got a few injuries ourselves, as well as international duty, which is causing us some problems. Hyo-sung's out in attacking midfield. Leonardo Felipe, the young striker we signed earlier in the month, he's away with Brazil, and then we've got Gerardo, our main striker, out injured for a couple of months, and Tomic, our backup number 10. So all 4 players playing those front 4 positions, and that makes it a little bit tricky going into today. We have had one signing since the last episode though, and it was a player we were linked with at the time, so let's go and have a quick look at him. In our transfer history, it's Naif Hakami, £1.5 million from Asia. I'm not sure which club he was at permanently at the time. He's had loads of loans out in between, but he joins us for £1.5 million as our 4th choice centre half. 2-star current ability, 4-star potential, and we're looking to loan him out immediately, as he doesn't really fit into our first team plans at present. He's not good enough to break into the side, so we're just going to let him go out and get some experience. There's a couple of others you can see Hugo was trying to do. The good news for this final today is Shea Ben Harush's transfer still hasn't gone through to Bayer Leverkusen, so at the moment we are still going to be able to use him today, and that's crucial with all of the injuries we've got. There's another young winger who's going out on loan. I don't know anything about that one. More importantly though, there's still 14 million in the bank and 144 grand on the wage bill. If Ben Harush does go, which we're pretty much resigned to now, that'll leave Hugo with loads of money to spend at the end of January, and he'll need to do it particularly on that left wing, as we don't really have any backups at the moment. But let's go and get into this game today. It's all about the cup final. Can we win our second trophy of the season to add to the Super Cup final we played in our very first game? That one was against a tougher opposition in Benfica, but Braga have been doing well all year, and we don't want to underestimate anyone. We've been in excellent form, and we're just about favourites for this one. Braga missing a couple of players with injury as well, and after that semi-final with 120 minutes just 3 days ago, hopefully they'll be a little bit fatigued, and it'll give us the upper hand going into this one. But if we have a look at our lineup, we've not really got too many choices at the moment. We've got Hugo Cunha just coming back, but he's not quite match fit, so we're leaving De Campo in midfield. Aside from that, we're playing as you would expect. We've got Fabrizio in goal, Rodriguez and Vernier are the fullbacks, with Paxao and Michel in the middle, De Campo and Schürrle in central midfield, Dembele and Ben Harush in what will certainly be his final game on the left. We said it in the last one, and he did make it to the weekend, but this is going to be his last contribution. Hopefully he can lift a trophy in his final game. We've got Sousa, the top scorer, in the number 10 role, behind Rivera, the backup striker. He had a poor game in midweek, but we have absolutely no other options at the club. So let's go and get into this game. It's going to be a crucial one for us this season. It's about winning as many trophies as possible. It could well be the last season of the series, so we've got to make sure we get this one in a game we're very much favourites. We'll stick with our positive mentality for now, but if we start to get overrun we can drop back. Let's get into it and hope we can get the result and the second of a domestic treble we're aiming for. It's the same formation for Braga, but do holding midfielders rather than central ones. They are playing a little bit more conservatively, but they're still pretty much going for it, and I'm sure their striker's better than ours, as our backup's not done anything all year. Ben Harush is going to be the key man. Fingers crossed he can get us over the line. Vitor Severino wants the lads to do it for the fans. We're in complete agreement with that. Pacquiao's motivated, the rest haven't responded, and in attacking areas there's no feedback at all, so we're just going to have to hope the lads perform. We've got a tunnel interview, the whole team's aware of what's expected, and we've got a good chance of getting the result, but we cannot be complacent, and we need our striker to find form. A lovely kit for the Braga keeper, the blue and white stripes a little bit unusual, and we've got the kick-off now with De Campo. Let's stop looking at kits and focus on the football as De Campo finds Sousa. He finds Ben Harush on the left-hand side. We've just got the touchline cut off there, so we've pulled the camera angle out a little bit, a little less zoomed in, and the highlight ends with no real danger, but we're back with Dembele on the right. He switches it to Ben Harush, beats a man into the box, brilliant run and bit of trickery, but a good save by the Braga keeper, who tips it behind for a corner. Ben Harush will take it himself, and outswinger into the 6-yard box, but he's headed away as far as Dembele, who gets it back out to Ben Harush. He's got a chance to deliver. Can he find a man in the middle? Back to Schürrle on the edge of the box. Plenty of swerve on it, but it's just wide of the post, and with 5 minutes gone it remains goalless. A good start for Sporting Lisbon though. Hopefully we'll have a second trophy to add soon. We need 1 or 2 goals to make things clear, but without a good striker it's going to be difficult, although Rivera goes into the box there. A brilliant sliding challenge by the defender. I would have felt more confident if Sousa went alone, as he's our top goal scorer this year. He's got 16 already, and we'll probably need some more magic today. I say that as Rivera proves us wrong. Rodriguez with a cross to the front post. He puts it into the back of the net, but now the referee's going over. It's got to be offside. That's the only reason they'd be going there, and I'm sure they're going to change it back to a free kick. He's coming back. He's going to do the sign. The goal has been cancelled, has it? No, it's been given. Why did he do the sign if the decision's not been changed? Unless the flag went up after the goal went in. Maybe that's just a slight technical glitch, but after 10 minutes we lead 1-0 and David Rivera's got the goal. The sub-striker's become the hero, and maybe we are going to win another trophy. Is Schürrle in midfield to Dembele? We're back and we're in complete control of this game. 6 shots, none to Braga, and Ben Harush is charging at them again. He gets to the left byline, headed away as far as De Campo. He finds Ben Harush again, and a sliding challenge in the box wins it back. Braga can counter now. They're coming over halfway, and Rivero, he's got a man over on the right, 2 on the left. It deflects to Leonardo, but a good block from Vernia, and it's behind for a Braga corner. Eric delivers. Pacquiao heads away into Quintana. His shot's blocked, and another corner for Braga. Their first spell of pressure in the match. They've managed to have 2 or 3 shots, and now they've got another in-swinging corner. Eric takes it. Michel heads away. As far as Leonardo 30 yards out, he's going backwards and gets it into midfield. Quintana again. He's got a man over on the left-hand side. We're trying to close him down and force him backwards, and it's worked on this occasion. They've still got possession though, and it's a dangerous position as Braga have still got 4 men forward. They find a man on the edge of the box, and he gets it wide to the left-hand side. Dembele nicks it back though, and can we counter? 5 men charging forward immediately. Rivera's already up there with them. Ben Harush is over on the left. He's completely unmarked, beats one and lays it back, and De Campo's managed to get there, but unfortunately he was challenged at the last second. He's out for a throw-in on the left-hand side, and the highlight ends at 1-0. We're back with Sousa and De Campo though. We've got it in midfield to Vernia. He's coming up at left-back, overlapping the midfield areas. Pacquiao gets it wide to Ben Harush. There's 2 in the middle as he beats the sliding challenge. Back to Sousa, and his shot's blocked, but a free kick's been given as Rivera's offside. The highlight ends, and with a quarter of the game gone, we lead 1-0 and we're in complete control. Rodriguez throws it in on the right. Dembele gets it back to Michel, and now Pacquiao's got it in the middle. We don't want to lose it there, but he goes back to Fabrizio. He starts again from the edge of the box. Pacquiao finds Michel. A pretty low tempo by our standards. We normally like to get it forward more quickly, but I guess the striker option's not as good as Gerardo. Dembele back to Rodriguez with a deep cross. He finds Sousa 25 yards out, but it hits Ben Harush, who was in an offside position, and it remains 1-0, but we've had another chance. A first little negative of the game with 5 minutes until the break. Vernia, the left-back's had a booking. We have got a strong deputy in that position. Ruben obviously on the bench, so we may make that change later on, but for now we're not going to do anything. Dembele's got the ball on the right-hand side. We're in complete control of this match, and we did say this against Benfica in the league 3 or 4 episodes ago, but in the second half they came back with a quick double salvo, and unfortunately that ended up costing us the game and making a title race closer than it needed to be. But in this one it is 1-0 at at the break, and we've just got to make sure we don't do anything silly. We're going to tell the lads not to get complacent, get most of them focused and motivated, and as Braga kick off in the second half, hopefully that'll stop us conceding. Escobar goes all the way back to the keeper Valencia, Braga in no real hurry to get forward. A long kick only finds Anthony Vernier, and the highlight ends with a score still 1-0. We're back with a throw-in on the left for Vernier though. De Campo gets it as it beats the interceptor. Bernardo Souza curls it from 25 yards. It almost took the words out of my mouth there. Just stopped me in my tracks as he curled a beauty in, and Souza's the hero again. He was a club legend when we joined, and he's certainly proven it this year. His 17th goal of the season, which should be enough to wrap up the League Cup final. They've got the ball on the edge though, Braga. They go for their own spectacular strike, but it's just over the bar and it's comfortably past the keeper. Fabrizio had it covered. Souza with a free kick on the edge of the box. This time it's blocked and it's out for a throw, and with an hour gone we'll think about substitutions as we're firmly in control of this game. We are going to have our second trophy of the season, something we can very much enjoy today. It means we're able to focus on the Europa League next month as well as the Portuguese Premier League. If we could get ourselves over the line in the league and maybe go for a big run in Europe as well, that'd certainly be a pleasing end to the season and hopefully attract a big club in France, Germany or Spain. If not, it will be the end of the series, and what a way to go out that would be, a domestic treble in Portugal, a league I've never managed before and I'm really enjoying my time here. We're going to bring on the new signing Felipe Mejolaro. He's a good central midfielder. De Campo will switch over to the Mazzala role. We've already brought on Ruben at left back for Vernier. I don't think we're going to make any other changes yet. I will take off Ben Harush late on just to get him the standing ovation he deserves before he goes on to bigger and better things in Germany. 15 minutes to go, it remains 2-0 and we're back as Braga have got the ball, but De Campo wins it back immediately. He finds Souza in the centre circle, out to Ben Harush on the left and he finds De Campo. We're getting men forward in numbers here. Ben Harush finds Rivera. He already surprised us with a goal in the first half. Can he do something special again? Souza finds De Campo. He tries to place the finish, but he didn't quite get enough on it, and it remains 2-0 with 10 to go. It is going to be time for Ben Harush to come off. The highlight's starting, but I'm not worried about that. Ronald remarkably is going to get an appearance in the final. Ben Harush off on the left wing, his final appearance for Sporting. Bernardo Souza wins the ball back high up the pitch, goes for a cracking effort. It would have been spectacular from there. It goes over the keeper but just beats the crossbar too, and with a couple of minutes to go it looks like we'll hold on. They've got the ball in the box now, Braga though. It's bobbling around all over the place, but we do get it away as far as Ribeiro. He finds Reyes in the middle of our half. He's got the ball inside to the centre forward. Now they go back to Ribeiro again. There's a man over on the right hand side in Castillo. The overlapping fullback can deliver. It beats everyone and finds Escobar on the left. He goes back to his fullback. Inside to Sambu. They've got so much time in there, but Ronald nicks it high up there, and now Rivera can start a 3-on-3. He's challenged but it finds De Campo. Here's Ronald on the left hand side. Tries to cross but it's blocked by the fullback. Did well to get back and recover there, and it's out for a corner on the left. Bernardo Souza to deliver the outswinger. Can we cut some real gloss on the victory here with a third? We can't with Pacquiao's poor header. It's cleared away by Braga. The highlight ends and just 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. It looks like it's going to be a comfortable 2-0 win, and we can celebrate our second trophy at Sporting. They've nicked it high up the pitch here though, and they may well get a consolation goal. Sambu gets it wide to the right, but the final whistle goes before they can get in the box. A 2-0 win. The pink and grey suit gets another outing. We've won the domestic double, the two least important competitions in the country, but we are still top of the Premier League, and that would be a very good treble. Now we can focus on going on a run in Europe after a comfortable 2-0 win in a League Cup final. A brilliant performance. We're really happy with how they've done. The only sad part of the game is it's Ben Harush's last game for the club. Nevertheless, a really good day for the club and another addition to our growing trophy cabinet. We celebrate a double, but of course we've got eyes on the big one. The Portuguese Premier League's more important. The club haven't won it for over 25 years. We lift the League Cup. The media report doesn't say much else. We dominated the game in terms of shots. We barely saw anything from Braga, and I guess that's a sign of a good final performance. Rivera got his goal deputising for Gerardo, even though it was close to being ruled out by VAR, and Bernardo Souza scored a cracker in the second half. He of course gets man of the match again, as he has in so many big games this season. Dembele and the backup keeper get a bonus for it. Why he's given that keeper such a big contract, I don't know. After signing Fabrizio as our first choice, to then sign that keeper as a key player and offer him loads of bonuses is absurd, but we're not going to worry about that. We're not here to worry about the finances. The club get $500,000, but they've paid that all to Dembele and then made a loss by paying out to the goalkeeper, who didn't even feature in the final. We lead Sporting to glory, we're very happy with that. The board are obviously pleased to win, but they're going to be focused on the Portuguese Premier League. That's the one they really want. Let's go and praise Bernardo Sousa for his form in front of goal. It was a fantastic finish in the final, and we couldn't be more pleased with him. He's at 30 now, so Sporting are going to be missing him soon. They're going to have to find a replacement, and it doesn't look like Tomic is up to standard. He keeps getting injured as well, so he's not quite as reliable as Sousa. The Portugal boss was there watching the game. He was looking at 3 of our players in that one. Sporting receive a little bit of money from TV rights, not a great deal in truth, and it's not going to make a difference to our season like the 37 million we're about to get for Ben Harush. The squad get a payout of £90,000 and the League Cup review confirms we win it. The top scorers from Porto, the top assist maker was from finalist Braga, but Bernardo Sousa got the highest average rating. He was sensational in the final. So probably quite a short episode, but a wonderful day at the office. I wanted to go and show you the schedule. We were hoping to show you something from transfer deadline day, and we're still going to be able to do that. I know this has been a slightly longer season than normal, but I really want to focus on the big games in the league. The only 2 massive ones left are Benfica and Porto's coming up in a week's time. We've also got Braga coming up in mid-March. That's going to be quite a big game, but I want to focus on Europe next. That's the biggest competition we're left in. We want to try and go on a run in Europe, and we want to see ourselves up against some of the biggest sides in the continent, and we also want to show you some different teams to normal. So we're going to focus on the Shakhtar game and the second leg at home. Hopefully we'll still be in a position where we can win the tie, and you'll find out in the next episode. But if you did enjoy this one, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing us win our second trophy of the season. Despite our disappointment in the Portuguese FA Cup, we have managed to win the second prize domestically, although the league's still going to be the big one. We've got some massive games coming up in February, and it is going to be the most important month in a run-in. If we can get through Porto and Shakhtar, then we've certainly got a grandstand finish to look forward to. We're obviously going to focus on the league towards the end of the year, but we just want to try and continue our unbeaten run for now. A draw against Porto would be absolutely marvellous, but let me know in the comments what you think's a good result. We've also got just 5 days left of the transfer window, and obviously it's going to be hard to replace Ben Harush. We're about to lose our first choice left winger. Hyo-sung's not back from international duty yet, and we don't have any backups in the squad available, so I'm hoping Hugo Viana will do something special, and we'll have plenty of news to share with you next time. Obviously at the end of January he went mad in the last couple of hours, so I'm very much hoping he'll do the same again. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories, this one the head coach, and then our one club series with Torquay United. We're about to move into season 15 of that one, and the new season starts tomorrow with a spectacular transfer special. There's certainly plenty of blockbuster signings and a couple of big surprises going out as well, so I really hope you'll join me for that one. There's also 3 episodes a week from my Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. A massive thank you to everyone that's given that one a try, as well as our Ashes Test playthrough from the same game beforehand. I really am blown away by the support for that one, so a massive thank you to everyone who's watched. And then our weekly Snooker 19 career continues every Friday at 4:30. We're moving towards the end of our first season and the World Championships, which is the big grandstand event at the end, so hopefully we'll be able to do well in that one, and we'll find out over the next few weeks. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it as always, and I hope to see you next time for a big game in Europe as we try to go on a Europa League run.